because of the economic and foreign policy of the United States, they had to make Islam an enemy. They had to make the Quran an enemy. They had to make the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as an enemy. It was economically feasible. It was also economically feasible and religiously feasible to at the same time protect the institution or the criminal state of Israel. It fulfilled two purposes. Now when they attacked the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they attacked a prophet of God who Christian scholars themselves say may have been and is the greatest and most influential human being that the planet Earth has ever seen. When Jesus Christ came to his nation, when Moses came to his nation, when Abraham came to a nation, when Noah came to a nation, they were established. Muhammad began a nation from a seed to a tree. He took on for the nation, he took on for Islam every single aspect of authority that secured the well-being and the eternal nature of Islam. I say, for verily, everything I say is the truth. Does that sound like a liar? Now let's compare that to Christianity. Jesus Christ went out of his way to tell you not to say everything he said in the book of Mark and in the book of Matthew. He said, don't tell him. He said, who are you? He said, we believe that you are the Son of Allah. He said, I command you, tell no man that thing. Tell nobody. Shall we tell them that you have been cured, that you cured people? Jesus instructed the people he cured to keep their mouths shut. There is such a thing called the Apocrypha in Christianity. There are books that they don't want you to see, that are hidden away by command of the religion, hidden from the public. While Islam, the Prophet Muhammad ordered that everything be out front, that everything be shown, that every speech be talked about, that every word he said be said and repeated, that everything that he did be put down. As Muslims, we even know, astaghfirullah, what hand the Prophet wiped himself with after the call of nature. We know every intimate detail of the prophet by his command. Let me ask you, Christian, what do you know about Jesus Christ from the age of 8 to 29? What do you know about the man, the one you call God, from the age of 8 to 29 years old? What do you know about it? We know everything of the prophet from the second he was born till the day he died. Every intimate detail we know. How he was with his wives, so that we can learn how to be respectful of our women and love our women and maintain a life of a family. In the United States of America, check this out, baby. Out of every 10 marriages, 6 end up in divorce. 2 are thinking about it. 1.5 are happy together. In Islam, the percentage is 80%. Where do we get that? I'm 72 years old. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. 82, and there's a lot, 72, and there's a lot of snack, cracking, and pop left in my Rice Krispies. But you see, I don't walk around wearing a tank top. My wife covers. We have a family of love, a family that establishes the institution of the family. While here, families are destroyed. I'm Puerto Rican. We used to have a strong family. Puerto Rican family is now destroyed. The African American family, look how it's being destroyed. No father many times, just a mother. Where is Christianity? What is it done? So Islam, through its teaching, through the example of the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the way he treated his family, his wives, his children, we get an example of how to live a life agreeable with God, which states about the strength of the family unit, as that family unit is connected itself to the belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the Prophet Muhammad instructed complete transparency. Listen, man, everything I do and say, write it down. Does that sound like a lie? The Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was the founder of the nation, and he was us. He was a man like us, from us, like us, walk like us. But whatever has color, whatever has ethnicity, we hate. And if it's white, we love it. So we say, well, shit, I think something wrong with him. Look where we're at. Malcolm X called it a situation of self-hatred. So the Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah, a man who could neither read nor write, illiterate, was the founder of a nation that based itself on the foundation of establishing true worship, sincere worship to God. And succeeding them from Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, who established that foundation. A nation founded on faith, a nation founded on worship, a nation founded on gratitude for the God who supplies, the God who provides. And this is the lineage of Islam. A nation founded on faith. When Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was commanded by God to take his son and his wife Hajara and Ishmael, and commanded to take them to the area we know now as Mecca. he left his wife Hajra, may Allah be pleased with her, and his son Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, who was a baby, and left them there in this desert with a bag of water, a skin of water, and maybe some dates. As he walked away, Hajra, Hagar, chased after him and said, Ibrahim, Ibrahim, why do you leave us here in a place of desolation, without water, without food? Ibrahim could not look back, and he walked away. His heart was heavy, but he submitted his will to the will of God. Though his heart was breaking, he walked away. And Hajra came after him. Why, Ibrahim, why? He could not look back. She said, oh Ibrahim, is it because your Lord commanded you to do so? Dios te mandó a hacer esto. Fue por orden de Dios. Was it by the command of Allah? He went. And continued to walk with a broken heart, because he submitted his will to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He submitted and had faith in God. And Hajra said, oh Ibrahim, if Allah commanded you to leave us here, then Allah will take care of us. Ibrahim then made dua. He said, oh Allah, I have left my family by thy sacred house, a valley without cultivation of food, that they may give thanks. So feed them with fruit. So fill the hearts of some men with love for them. Feed them with fruits that they may give thanks, subhanallah. So Ibrahim, instead of asking Abraham pedir a Dios por comida y agua por su familia, primero pidió para fe en Dios. The first thing that he asked for was not food for his family, nor water. But he asked for them that they may establish faith and worship, number one. Then he said, and fill the hearts of some men with love for them, to establish a community based in faith and taqwa Allah. A community based in faith, who love Allah. Now feed them with fruits. Ahora dale comida, that they may give thanks. Now Allah, give them food and teach them to be grateful servants to you. This is the beginnings of Islam.